Hello, I'm Vikas. So in last video lecture we have discussed the definition of theory of computation, language, string, alphabet, symbol, clean closure and positive closure. So today we are going to consider first part, finite state machine. Finite state machine. So what do you mean by finite state machine? The finite automata is called as finite state machine, which consists of input output relation. At every state, also the changes occur after reading an input symbol at a particular state. So in short, it will show the relationship between an input and output. So under this there are two functions. One is machine function, another one is state function. So first machine function, in bracket it is shown as MAF. So here at a particular state, for a given input it gives the output. So here you can see S is the state. After reading the input I, it will give the output O. So if we'll consider some example, Q0 is the state. After reading an input, let us say 0, it will give the output as a 1. So that thing is called as the machine function. Means Q0 after reading an input 0, it will give the output as a 1. Second function, state function. At a particular state, for a given input, it will give the next state. That is, S is the state, I is the input, it will give the next state, yes. So if we will consider previous example, Q0 is the current state. After reading an input symbol 0, it will be in state Q1. So here we'll get the next state instead of output. So Q0 after reading an input 0 will get the next state as a Q1. So state function. Now next, finite automata. Finite automata is called as finite state machine. Automata is a Greek word which indicate something is doing something without direct involvement of man. Finite automata is useful to solve real world problem. Any problem that can be represented in the form of decidable problem that can be answered as yes or no. Means if you let us consider we have drawn one machine for the we have drawn one finite automata which will accept every string that are end with 10. If it is accepted, it will give the answer as a yes. If it is not accepted, means if we are not reaching to the final state, then we will give the answer as a no. Means here finite automata will give the answer in the form of always in the form of yes or no. Okay. Hence finite automata can solve any problem. But important thing is that it having the limited memory, or it does not have the memory. In short, it does not have the memory. Now how to define the finite automata? Finite automata, let us say M is the machine which represents the finite automata, is defined by using 5 tuples. So these are the 5 tuples. M is equal to capital Q, summation, delta, Q0 and F. So with the help of these 5 we can represent the finite automata. So we'll see every term in detail. So capital Q is the finite non-empty set of states. So how many states are required to design the finite automata for the given problem? So that will be shown by using capital Q. Summation, set of input symbol. Okay. Q0 is the initial or start state of the machine. From that we need to start the uh, machine or finite automata. F is the set of final state or states. Why state or states? Because there may be the case we may have more than one final state. Okay, and F is a subset of capital Q. So what do you mean by subset? Let us consider, if I'll write A is a set which is a subset of B set. So when we're going to say that A is a subset of B, if each and every element of A is the element of B, then we can say that A is a subset of B. For example, let us consider A equal to 1 and 2. These are the two elements which belongs to A set, and B is the another set which consists of element. Let us consider elements are 1, 2 and 3. So here we can say that A is a subset of B. Why? Because A having 1, 2, B also having 1, 2. So each and every element which belongs to A belongs to B. That's why A is a subset of B. But we cannot say B is a subset of A. Why? Because in B there are 3 elements, but in A only 2 elements are there. That's why B is not subset of A, but A is subset of B. I'm not saying that total number of character or length, but each and every element 1 and 2. Even if you are having 1 and 4, so in that case we're not going to say that A is subset of B, because 1 is there but 4 is not there, each and every element. Okay. Now next, delta. Delta is a transition function. Delta is also called as transition function or mapping function or next state function. So here capital Q indicate that current state. After reading the current input alphabet, it will decide the next state. So Q takes the state, summation, input symbol, and it will return a single state as output. Now delta. So delta is described by using two-way, or it is represented by using two-way. One is transition table and second is the transition diagram. What do you mean delta? It's a mapping function, so which is shown, or transition function, or next state function, which is represented or shown by using two-way. One is transition table and second is transition diagram. So here in this diagram, transition function or mapping function is shown by using transition diagram and transition table. Now next one, how to draw the transition diagram. It having some notation. Okay, so if the state is an initial state, then it will be shown like this. So arrow, and in that in a single circle we have to write the name of the state. For example, let us having the initial state is a Q0. So arrow, we're going to write the name of the state, and that will be shown in a single circle. So it's the initial state or starting state of the finite automata. Next, final state. So final state of the finite automata, final state or states of the finite automata are shown by using double circle. So let us say QF is the final state. It may be Q1, Q2, Q3. So it will be shown by using double circle. Initial state is shown like this, final state is shown by double circle. There may be more than one final state, but we need to show all those final state with the help of double circle. And in between initial and final state, some states are there, intermediate states are there, and that are shown by using the single circle. Let us say Q1 is the intermediate state, then it will be shown by using the single circle. Okay, so here one example is there, transition diagram is drawn. So for which example transition diagram is drawn? Design a finite automata which accept all string ending with 10 over the input alphabet 10 star. So Q0, after reading 0, it will be in same state as it is initial state or starting state. So it is shown by using arrow and single circle. After that, Q1 is the intermediate state, so it will be shown by using single circle. Okay, Q2 is the final state, so it will be shown by using double circle. Q2 is the final state, so it will be shown by using double circle. And for each, as there are two input alphabets are there, these string which are ending with 10. So 10 from initial to final. There must be a that input should be accepted 10. Okay, so here q0, q1, q2 are the state. Small q0 is the initial state and q2 is the final state, and q1 is the intermediate or intermediate state. Now there is one more way to represent the delta, that is transition table. So in a transition table, first column indicate that number of states which are required or which are in the transition diagram, q0, q1, q2. These are three states, so which is shown q0, q1, q2. Okay, so it first column initial state is shown by using arrow and state name. So in a previous example, q0 is the initial state, so that's why it will be drawn with a single arrow and state name. After that, intermediate state is q1, and final state is, in previous example, final state is q2, so final state is shown by using single star, q state name and star. Okay, and here first row indicate that input alphabet. Previous example having input alphabet 0 1, so 0 1. If one more input alphabet is there, let us say 2 0 1 2. If more is there, 0 1 3. Or if input alphabets are ABC, then we need to write down here A B C. Here also states are q0, q1, q2, q3, q4. Again, it is not necessary that you need to write in a same sequence. Okay, initial state you can write down firstly, after that q2 firstly, q2 next, q1 after that, like this also it is possible. So here we have shown the transition table for this transition diagram. Okay, so q0 after reading 0 it is in same state, after reading 1 q1. So in a transition table, q0 after reading 0 it is in same state, means q0 after reading 1 in q1, q1 after reading 0 q2. So we'll check it whether it is in q2 or not. q1 after reading 1 it is in same state, and after reading 0 q2. So in a transition table it is shown as after reading 0 q2, after reading 1 same state. So like this we have shown. And last, application of finite arithmetic. So here some application are listed. Design of digital circuit. Finite arithmetic is useful of design of digital circuit. We can design digital circuit like gray to binary, binary to gray by using finite arithmetic. It is also useful in string matching. It is used in communication protocol for information exchange. Lexical analyzer for typical computer. A variety of properties concerning the models, grammars, and language will be proven by using the finite arithmetic. So these are some questions related to the today's topic. So important thing is that finite arithmetic definition, and as well as there may be the case you will get the question, list the application of finite arithmetic. So these are the question which we are asking different university exams. Thank you.